Look, Gordon, ropes. We can use these for big pits.
Who are you, and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gayest and Greatest Secret Tavern. This side of Limsa Laminsa, the queer buccaneer. I'm your host with the most star behind the bar, Captain Eden Jackson, and oh boy, it's been a couple of days, hasn't it? It's been a couple of days. Good lord. My chill hop is broken. Since the end of the last stream and the start of this one, good Lord Almighty, I kind of just spent all of yesterday evening, what's the word I'm looking for? Dissociating. I was in I was in a group chat. I was in a voice chat with all of my friends, on Stoat, and we were all just like, yeah, this sucks. I don't know how to. My chill hop is broken. It's just not. There's no noise coming out. Apparently it's on their end, not mine. That's good. But yeah, we were all just like in a voice chat going, "Fuck, man, I don't even know how to handle this, how to deal with this." Yeah, for real, man. It was. I was in the middle of making a brochure, a marketing brochure for a logistics company, and I looked up at my other screen, and that was on it because somebody had put it on Blue Sky. And instantly, my thought was, well, nothing I'm doing is important. Nothing that I, as a fucking graphic designer, can do is fucking important. What happened? I'm talking about the few hours where we thought that America was going to nuke Iran. That's kind of where I'm at. I was like, yeah, nothing I can do is important in this situation. And I get that get that a lot because I consider what I do to be completely superfluous, but it's all I'm good at, so it's all I will do. And yeah, it still remains to be terrifying. But it didn't happen. There was a ceasefire that apparently lasted all of a couple of hours. Well, shit, that must have been when I was a little less online. Yeah. Demo, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 19 months. Oh, Bastard, did you just miss that entire thing? About him like posting on Truth Social that he's gonna end a civilization? And then it was all just having to deal with that. I just plowed on with photo editing, a product shoot, watching Star Trek: The Legend of Blu-ray. I did just sort of go back to making this fucking brochure, which, you know, because there's a part of us that's all been fucking numbed to this. And yeah, it woof. In other news, apparently Pokemon Champions dropped today, and people aren't happy. Just a screeching change of topic, I know, but Pokemon Champions dropped and people aren't happy. It's got like 9 Pokemon in it or something. The ceasefire lasted approximately 50 minutes, which is so dope. Yeah, it's fucking bleak, man. It is. I saw that like Israel claimed that the ceasefire didn't include Lebanon, so Iran has claimed the ceasefire didn't include Israel. I was probably doing RE2 or welding. That you live a richer life because you were offline welding. It's not good. It's not good. It's not a fun time to be sentient in the world right now. But yeah, to screech into a slightly more palatable topic, Pokemon Champions. They advertised it as this big overarching battle simulator, the thing like basically the official Pokemon showdown. And yeah, Pokemon haven't published a finished game since Legends Arceus. And like apparently like it's got less compatible Pokemon in it than Pokemon Stadium 2. Which, what the fuck? That's wrong. Because Pokemon Stadium 2, I don't believe had a full Pokedex. So percentage wise, I think there's maybe like 10% of Pokemon are able to be put into Pokemon Champions, which is insane because it's supposed to link to Pokemon Home and it's supposed to be like your one-stop shop battle simulator thing where all your VGCs are going to be done and stuff. And how have you fucked this up? Everyone's just going to go straight back to fucking Showdown. I'm so glad I'm like out of Pokemon. I'm so glad that like around the time of Scarlet and Violet dropping, I just had a switch flip and I went, oh well, Pokemon's just not very good, is it? And it was weird going from someone that has been a Pokemon fan basically since day one. Stadium 2 at 251, which I think is more than Sword and Shield, I think. But like Sword and Shield, you could like bring stuff through from Pokemon Home. Like Champions Stadium fill the same niche, which is a battle simulator, not a full story game, just a battle simulator. So if there's less than 251 Pokemon in Champions, that is an abomination because that is a quarter of the fucking Pokedex. Because yes, we're at over 1,000 Pokemon now, which is insane. I think it's very funny that the 1,000th Pokemon. I think it's very funny that the 1,000th Pokemon is one based around money. I think it's very funny that the 1,000th Pokemon is based around running around the entire region to collect money to basically buy the Pokemon. I think that is hilariously ironic. And people don't seem to get that. I think that's beautiful irony. And I know that wasn't planned, but good lord, it says things about the franchise. But you don't have to be a fan to buy every new game. You just like the bits you've enjoyed. Yeah, and like looking back, there was only really maybe like three games that I like properly enjoyed. And it's Emerald, which was my first proper one. Like I had Yellow, I had Silver, but Emerald was mine. Emerald was the first one that was mine. Yellow and Silver were both my sisters. Emerald was my first one. Black and White and Black and White 2, I think, were the best ones. And Legends Arceus is the one that respected my time the most. All of the others are just kind of mid. I said it, it's mid. And people are like, play Shin Megami Tensei, play whatever. And I'm like, I'm not gonna play Shin Megami Tensei. Because I don't want to play beast capture games. That's not my... I don't think that's my vibe. I will always look at the new Pokemon because the creature design is always interesting to me. I will always look at the new Pokemon, the creatures, not the games. But yeah, I just don't think I'm not buying a Switch 2, so I'm not going to get Winds and Waves. But you know, Champions is a train wreck. People are blaming Ilka. People are like, Ilka should just not be trusted with. People should just not be trusted with. Ilka shouldn't be trusted with Pokemon because they fucked up twice now. And I think that is a real misappropriation of blame. Because the book fucking stops with Pokemon Company. And if they're happy with putting out that trash or that whatever quality product, it's not Ilka's fault that you rushed them to build that. But yeah, Legends of Arceus is peak. My favorite mon is What is your favorite mon? My favorite mons are, I like the weird ones. I like Cast Form. I like Shedinja. I kind of like Bramblin, one of the newer ones, Bramblin. Ruby was my first. My last mainline game was Sun. I just kind of gave up on the world. You think Ruby being your first makes you old? Again, Yellow was the first I played. Pokemon Yellow was the first one I played. The dog better stay on all fours. No. The dog should become another wrestler. We should get a face wrestler to complement Incineroar's heel wrestler. We should get fucking John Cena or Eddie Kingston as the wrestler. And hey, you got a quadruped fire starter last time with fucking Fuecoco and nobody liked it. So, I honestly think Game Freak easily shares the blame for allowing the franchise to step into the state. It's just a Pokemon company writ large. It's Game Freak refusing to expand to meet the needs of the games. It's fucking TPCI for rushing them on this release schedule to keep up with the anime and the merch. It's just everything. Because that has required them to put out less and less finished products. They keep making the starters go bipedal. I mean, again, they did it with Fuecoco. Fuecoco went from bipedal to quadrupedal, and I don't see anybody talking about how good. What is it? Crocolore? Is that its name? The one that Fuecoco evolves into? The Gobbledygooker. Yeah, that's the one. The Gobbledygooker should be a Pokemon. It's not about being good, it's about staying quadruped. Skeledirge, that's the one. You got a quadrupedal fire starter in Skeledirge. I don't know why you want more. You got your one, and he fucks. He does kind of fuck. I really liked Weedcat, Sprigatito. And I really didn't like Meowscarada, despite the fact that it's a magician and it's a Weedcat, and those are like three things that I love and am. I am a magician. I love cats and I love weed. I should love this Pokemon, but it's just kind of a dork. It's just kind of a dork, you know? And Quaxley evolved into Quaquaval, which is a flamenco dancer, which makes sense, but I did think it was going to be a sailor, which would have been great. Sprigatito went bipedal, the Foxen went bipedal, there's some others that went bipedal, but Pokemon... Yeah, like a lot of the starters go bipedal, and that's just something that because they've changed their design philosophy with starters, wherein they are now characters. They keep making them bedazzled and fuckable, and I'm just like, no, I want them to be fucked creatures. Yeah. My friend Libris, Umbreon Libris, has a really good video about this. Pokemon design, especially with starters, evolved to become less of creatures and more of characters. So it's because they want your starter Pokemon or your first partner Pokemon, as they like to call it now, which is such a fucking mouthful. They want them to be your friend. They want you to make a friend. So they've made a huggable one. Your gender is the goddamn mad dog of motherfucking Shimano. That's one of the best. That's Majima. Abel, your gender is Majima. It's very that is a spin-off of the goddamn dragon of motherfucking Dojima, which is how I describe Kiryu. Yeah, the goddamn mad dog of motherfucking Shimano is Majima. Just with a lot of extra words in there. I'm tired of marching band, Grandpa. You can have a different gender if you want. You just gotta re-roll it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The best starter that they've done in a long time is Rillaboom. Rillaboom is the best gender they've had. Is the best gender they've had in a long time. It's the best start they've had in a long time. Look at this boy. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this absolute unit. Like, and this being in the UK region. I do not know this reference. Fuck you. I'm a shark. Suck my dick. I'm a shark. That's the one, right? Also, Conk did a very good job being me. Shout out Conk. Shout out Conk. Yeah, Rillaboom, best start they've had in a long time. Especially putting it in the UK region. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but referencing that one Cadbury's ad with the monkey that played the drums. I got my Grookey and was like, wouldn't it be funny if he evolved into a monkey that played the drums? I'm going to call him Phil Collins. So I called him Phil Collins. And then he evolved into a monkey that played the drums. I'm like, fucking vindicated. Look at me. I'm a genius. They missed a trick by not making the shiny form purple. I like the shiny form being like autumn leaves is fine, but should have been purple. Go double down on the Cadbury's. Double down on the Cadbury's reference. Make it purple. Give me a purple monkey. Yeah, Pokemon kind of sucks now. I'm gonna say it. Pokemon kind of sucks now. You all know how I feel about Pokemon wikis. But yeah, Pokemon kind of sucks now. You know what doesn't suck? You know what does not suck? The Minute Cryptic. Because it's been 20 minutes and I just yelled for a bit. The Minute Cryptic today is Old Yeller shot at the end by owner. Biting starts to cause rabies infection. And it's a two-worder. What a clue. What a clue, Winston. Okay, so shot at the end is T. Because it's what's at the end of shot, it's a T. Also, my friend sent me a birthday invite for the day of Kickflips. I'm so fucking livid. No. Oh, what? Fucking I got invited to be on a fucking cabaret show on the day of Kickflips, and I'm also livid. Okay. So we've got shot at the end. So by shot at the end by so that means next to. So this is the next bit. Owner biting starts to cause rabies infection. Okay, so biting is a containing clue. So we've got the word owner biting something else, right? What's the nerdy quiz? Exclamation mark pins. Also thank you for the thank you. You're allowed to put links in chat, or you can put links in chat. Thank you for the shout out, nerdyqueer.com. You know what doesn't stock and steal your money in exchange for trash? Love that. Yeah, don't buy the new Pokemon. Buy nerdyqueer.com pins instead. You can buy a Pokeball with a transfer flag on it, which is the best thing with a Pokeball on it ever. Pokemon, the official Pokemon company will never sell you a trans flag Pokeball, but you know where will? nerdyqueer.com. Anyway, so I don't know what the definition is. The definition Old Yeller? Because the Old Yeller's a dog, right? Me when I go to Nerdy Queer, buy the Pokemon trans flag eventually. Hell yeah. For the price of Pokemon Champions. Is Pokemon Champions not free? I thought Pokemon Champions was free. Cost. How much does Pokemon Champions cost? Is it not free? It is free. It is free. But the starter pack is $6.99. Why do you need a starter pack? It's a fucking battle simulator. Why do you need a starter pack? I'm so upset. What a clusterfuck. Anyway. Okay. Starts to cause rabies infection. Okay, let's bring the scribble pad up. Because we might need this. Okay, so we've got this T from the end of shot, right? So So cause rabies infection. The starts to those are, I am just going to delete all of that because, so this is cause rabies infection. So we've got T, C, R, and I. The starts to cause rabies infection. And then we've got owner, which is biting. I see, okay, I see town crier. And a town crier is an old yeller. An old person who yells. Town cry. That's, oh. You clue. That was, oh, that's stupid and I love it. Because that, oh, that's so dumb. Cheeky fuck. Let's do the password. I'm still iffy about the password. Half mean is either me is okay, no. Half mean is either me or Anne. Spirit. Spirit has got to be Jin, right? McGinn. No, I don't think that's. Is it rum? Gotta be rum. Speaking of rum, I'm currently wearing the Captain Eden rum t-shirt that is the coolest thing I've ever owned. And you can get your very own at kofi.com/KofiNo. Exclamation mark Kofi for a link. In me. I have the shirt on. Spoken's gotta be the. Or is. No. Is it Jin? No, it's not Jin. Okay, so spoken is replaced. Is spoken replaced by? Hit him with that shit, apparently. So spirit. So spirit's got to be the. Spirit's got to be the definition then. So if it's oral in me, that's morale, which is spirit. Oral in me is an interesting set of words. How are we feeling about the password? How do we feel about it? I don't know if we'll stick around, if we'll stick with it. It's, I don't know if it's not as good as the Minute Cryptic. It's not as good as the Minute Cryptic. I'll lock that in for free. Is I. It's I think that's about right. Not as good as Wordle. Not as good as Wordle. Oral in me sounds like one of them exactly. Any of the it is significantly less satisfying. Like that town crier. Oh, that snapped. I can live off that excitement for days. I've never tried Time Guesser. Should we try Time Guesser? Let's try Time Guesser. So, let's do the daily. I don't want the app. I don't care for the app. So, we have to guess where and when this image was taken. Now these look like, okay, are these like Tibet, like is it supposed to be like Tibetan monks, like stop the war, but like the sign is Korean on the sign is probably Seoul. That would make sense. Especially considering the large hotel. When though? We'll say Seoul. Just to be sensible. No warship deployment could be any time in the last 30 years. Yeah. It's quite a high quality photo. Big thing in this game, check for mobile phones. Okay. She's got a modern iPhone in her hand. She's got a modern iPhone in her hand because it's not got the beveled back corner. That is at least I say modern. That is an iPhone from the last maybe 10 years. She's wearing a face mask, but outside, like in Japan, Korea, that's way more normalized. So could be pre-pandemic. I'm inclined. They've got a fucking speaker with them. Interesting. Let's go 2016 in Seoul. Lock that bad boy in. We were very, very close. Location-wise, we were very, very close. Buddhist monks marching towards the US Embassy in Seoul, protesting Donald Trump's call for multiple countries to send warships to the Strait of Hormuz and ending... This was this year! This was a photo taken maybe like a week ago. Insane. This photo was taken like maybe a week ago. A few weeks ago, maybe 3. That's insane. But I like this game. Let's not do art. Let's just play some Time Guesser. Let's never spin the wheel. Ooh, okay. Black and white. That's an interesting. Ooh, Smatin Garnis Atelier. Anyone speak a language? There is big water. There's also this here, which could be something. We are in we all speak. Look, you know what I meant? This language. Smatin Garnis Atelier. We are in Scandinavia. Bonky, if you're here, we need you. Bonky, you need to tell us what Scandi country this is. No, you're not here. Okay, cool. Getting 40s vibes. I'm not getting 40s vibes. Not Scandi. Okay. What is it a Nordic country at all? Smatin Garnis. Svenska Sweden. Svenska Sweden. But Bunky's saying Norway. Here's Big Water. Neil wanted to see Big Water. Would this be like a capital of Norway? Which, as we all know, probably a fjord. Capital of Norway, which, as we all know, is Oslo. I did have to think about that for a moment. It could be like this Big Water. Oslo is a good shout. Let's say I don't know the Nordic countries' involvement in the war. So I don't know at what point this would have been. What time period? Yeah, what time period are we saying, chat? Like, it's definitely an older photo because it's in black and white. Neil thinks that he's been here, which is very exciting. Could you tell me exactly where it is then? Let's see it out a bit. Sweden was involved, perhaps. Okay. 1950s. Okay. Let's say 52. Before 1970, they reduced their trams to make room for cars. I see. So it's definitely before 70 because of the hair. Yeah, the hairstyle is very 50s. She's not holding a modern iPhone. 50 seems reasonable. Let's say 1952 Oslo. 1941 in Stockholm. Oh, might have had an iPhone in her pocket. 41 in Stockholm. I went on a cruise here. If so, it would have been in many Scandinavian countries. 42 to 41. 41. That is an early photo. A woman looking down the Norrmalmstorg Square in Stockholm. The square is known as the site of the 1973 Kreditbanken robbery, which gave the rise to the term Stockholm Syndrome. Interesting. The hostages bonded with their captors, fearing police more than the robbers. Next round. Bonky, why did you lie to us? Okay, that's a boulangerie. So we could be in France. La Consulta. We're probably in France. Bonky, why did you lie? I literally said it was Sweden and I was right. Look, I trust somebody from the region more than I trust somebody not from the region. Were you there in 41? So this feels like a France. So I'm gonna whack us in Paris just because, like, statistically Paris. Statistically, it's the capital. That doesn't say JL Sainsbury. It looks like a cross between JL Sainsbury and JD Salinger. It's not Paris. Where is it if not Paris? If not Paris, then where? Can we can't zoom. Zooming fucks the website. Yeah, we just see less. That's exciting. Anyone know any other French cities? I know loads of French cities. There's Lyon, there's Marseille, there's Boulogne. I've been to Boulogne. It looks vaguely Italian, but there's a boulangerie and Le Consulta. There's the French. They're French words. There are boulangeries in Italy. You've got whatever the Italian word for boulangerie is. Dome. Belgium. Belgium is not a bad shout. Belgium would be a fun swerve pick. Belgium would be a fun little swerve pick. Let's whack it in Brussels. Let's go Brussels in 55, you know? Don't look like I fucking read French. Yes! Yes, you do. Does anyone recognize the boob? Does anyone recognize this boob? Is this your boob? Because if this is your boob, I had to let that through the mod filter. Thank you for allowing the phrase nipple shape. Thank you for allowing us our freedom. Every city has a boob, but whose boob is this? What city's boob is this? Well, every city has a boob because that's where they get all the milk for the milkman. But which boob is this? Oh, I meant the oh, I see, the fucking French. Oh, you didn't have to let through nipple shapes. That's fun. No domes in Brussels. Brussels has no boobs. Brussels has had its double mastectomy. This is what I'm learning. Could it maybe be Andorra? Or Toulouse or Bordeaux? We have allowed nipples already. We're a very pro nipple stream. here at twitch.tv/GreyBuccaneer, the pro nipple Twitch. Brussels has had top surgery already, so no domes. Fuck it. Let's say it's Bordeaux. Let's say it's Bordeaux in 1950, because I ain't got a fucking clue. Unless there's a clue here, but I don't think there is. It's not a capital of streets that narrow, that's true. Fuck it, Bordeaux. I was quite far off, it was the wrong side of France. It was Paris! Neil, it was Paris! It was Paris in 1960. It was Paris. I put it in Paris. And y'all were like, no, it's not Paris. So I was like, fuck it. I put it in a smaller city. It was Paris. Everyone's a fucking liar this morning. Everyone lies to me. Next round. Next up. You can't fucking trust chat. That's true. Right. Who's this cheeky chappy? Language check. Chat. I want two chats. One that only lies and one that only tells the truth. One that likes big butts and can lie, and one that likes big butts and cannot lie. That language check. That's a language. Thank you, Zach. Right, we're near these cities, so we should be able to triangulate. All right, translator. Probably German, considering the topic. Do I look like I speak German? I can't read German. Okay. K2B in Germany. A will say in Germany. If it's a protest, it's against atomic power after Chernobyl.
Faker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here.
Hannah, everyone does art in their own special way. We're doing a new daily game, and I really like this one, so fuck you. Using a translator is cheating. The church seems Cologne-ish. See, if it's a big protest, I'm inclined to say capital. But okay, so when was Chernobyl? And also, where's Germany? When was Chernobyl? Eden streams has just slowly become Eden does dailies. I'm trying to find a good grip of dailies. 1986. Looking at these shades, that does track. Yeah, the explosion. Because apparently, according to Bonky, this is an anti-atomic power protest after the Chernobyl incident. So it's got to be 86. 86 or after. Exit from the civil use of atomic energy worldwide. As an 86, it's going to take like 20,000 years for place would not be right. Damn. There's going to be some crazy wildlife in the next 20,000 years there. I'd guess Austria based purely on the random vibes and zero knowledge. Neil, you think you've been here. Where do you think this is? Where do you think? Because you thought the last one wasn't Paris, and it was Paris. You think it's... I said city. I asked, you said you'd been to this city. We know it's Germany, Neil. What city is it in? Cologne is a good shout. I think Cologne is a good shout. But it's also quite far away from Berlin. I didn't realize Berlin was that far east also. I've been to Berlin. It's nice. The church looks like the Köln church, but the pattern at the top, at the right confuses me a lot. It says Temelin 1979. It does. These are 1040 kilometers from Temelin. We've got Wackersdorf. So we've got Chernobyl, we've got Wackersdorf, we've got Temelin, we've got Dukovny, and Mokov. You think you've texted me this? You speaking in riddles. Let me check my. What is it? Kilometers. You think you've texted me the city? You haven't. You think you've texted me from the city? I see. 179 kilometers away from Temelin. So Cologne. I assume the Cologne church is in Cologne. Y'all are saying you know this. I'm gonna lock in Cologne 86. Cologne 86. A pound on the roof is like when I seen in Munich. Munich. Okay. I'll lock in Munich. Munich 86. Let's go, gamers. Munich 86. 89, and it was Vienna. Oh, was it Hannah that said? Hannah said Austria because of the vibes. Vienna. It was a Viennese church. In 89. But less than 500 kilometers away. Less than 500 kilometers away. That's a good shout. Yeah, I've not been to Vienna. Next round. Crowd at World Series filler. So I assume this is Philadelphia. Philadelphia, which is in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia. That's easy because it's been written down. World Series Philadelphia. Americans in chat. 1911. Is this 1911? Have I got all the information from reading just words? Americans in chat. Where I'll deal with them. They did write spoilers. I mean, if this is the World Series, people get special flags with dates written on them for sports events. And like looking at the clothing, it does track. Like this could be like a 10s 20s. Fuck it, I'm gonna lock it in. I'm just gonna read the words in the thing. I'm not gonna second guess it. Philly, 1911. It was 1914. It was the World Series between the Philly Athletics and the Boston Braves. We were quite close. Location, we're 5 kilometers away. 5 fucking kilometers. And 3 years. That's a banger game, that is. Not bad. Not bad. For saying it was the first time I've ever played Time Guesser. I kind of want to play more Time Guesser now. So, okay, Time Guesser's definitely being thrown into the rotation, right? Time Guesser is 100% being thrown into the rotation. I am shit at geography and history. But I had fun with that. That's being thrown into the pre-stream rotation, that is. And what a good way to spend the first hour of the stream. Now we will actually get on to the main event, which is we're gonna spin a big wheel, and wherever's on the wheel, we're gonna make logos for that thing. Let me open Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, chat can cover me on the 3 hours of internet games, 50 minutes planned stream content. Exactly, you're getting it. Look. If I'm booting the password because the password's a bit shit. We're replacing it with Time Guesser, which takes a little bit longer, but it's more fun. If you want to add something onto the wheel, here is your reminder. You can redeem the add something to the design wheel redemption on with your channel points. You can also change my costume like Neil has just done, and it will get put onto the wheel, and you may land it today because we're about to spin the wheel. I'm gonna give you your last warning. Here is your Here is your add something onto the wheel. Is your stupidly long thing still on the wheel? Have I did I forget to re-enable that? Thank you for the reminder. I did shorten your thing so that it doesn't clip just as much. Add to the design wheel, enabled. There we go. You should be able to see it now. Yeah, it should be right at the top now. Here is your chance. Redeem or forever hold your redemptions. If you have a fictional company that you like, we've done Bob's Burgers, we've done Monsters Inc., we've done the red team and the blue team from TF2, all that jazz. Dead Sec from Watch Dogs, that's a shout. I've not thought about Watch Dogs in ages. If everybody else is good, we will spin the wheel and let's see where it lands, eh? I'm glad I remembered to switch the text documents back. Ooh. Slugo Cola? What is Slugo Cola? What did it land on? Techno Cosmic Research Institute. Techno Cosmic. Speaking of Watch Dogs, I'm supposed to be Wrench for the con I went to, but I didn't have time to put it together. Wrench is cool. I dig Wrench. Just checking. Did I remember to reactivate this? I did not. I did not remember to turn that on. There we go. Techno Cosmic Research Institute. Now, does anybody know what the Techno Cosmic Research Institute is? Let's find out together. Techno Cosmic Research Institute. Wrench is literally me. He's literally me. I am him. He is me. Oh, it's a Turtles thing. The TCRI. Fucking. Can everyone just collectively stop using fandom wikis? They're so shit. The scientific corporation in multiple versions of the TMNT with a large, impressive, and mysterious imposing facility in New York City. So, they are. Let's just get the fucking. This one. From the 87 series. Oh, fuck off, fandom. Nobody likes you. So TCRI is a scientific corporation / organization with a multi-story facility in New York City. It appears in Saturday Morning Adventures. Professor Albert McGuffin interviewed in his lab at TCRI conference with April O'Neil. So what is TCRI? I love Adobe. It's a very consumer-friendly company that definitely cares about its customer base and hasn't created a monopoly for artists, animators, VFX artists, and small indie filmmakers. We fucking hate. We hate Adobe. We hate fandom. We love the Indie WikiBuddy extension. We hate the loads of wikis. We'll never get off our asses of fandom. Yeah, I have the Indie WikiBuddy extension, but just like there's no like Turtles non-fandom wiki. So unless there is, in which case, let me go back to start page. Yeah, there is a second Turtles fandom wiki. There is a third Turtles fandom wiki. It's usually run by aliens who look like brains. Oh, is it Krang? Is Krang one of these? What do they do? They're like a science company, right? They do science. I'm looking forward to the release of the non-fandom cookie run wiki this in a week. 3 wikis. No, what? Like, okay, so I apologize. It was 2 wikis, but one of the wikis was if we go back to the start page results. One of the wikis is only for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 series. Fuck off, fandom. So this is the TMNT 2003 series wiki, which is not the same as Turtlepedia, the TMNT wiki. someone is just really autistic about this one show. Fandom is such a conflicting mess because you have the closest unofficial wiki, and then it gets shadowed by another unofficial wiki that's completely different information. Yeah, it's insane. Like, at least it's not in the space of Pokemon where there's like 3 wikis and they're all shit. But like fandom, it's just a mess. It's impossible. It's impossible to use on mobile. It's just full of shite. And there are better ones out there. There's wiki.gg. There's one with a X in it. There's Gamepedia. There's all other better wikis out there. Stop using fandom, or my homies hate fandom. Eden's rant on the Pokemon fandom wikis was like a bit around. What is your first favorite rant? Is it the AI one? Mirror Haze, that's the one. That's the one where when I said the one with an X in it, I meant Mirror Haze. So, in 2003 cartoon, TCRI's original branch was in Japan, where Yukio Mashimi, one of the Guardians, betrayed the Ultroms to the Ultrom Shredder, so they withdrew to New York in North America. I'm already lost. I'm already so lost. Who's Yukio Mashima? What are the Guardians? What is Ultrom? I'm so lost. I don't know Turtles. I'll put this out there. I don't know Turtles. Turtles was simultaneously before and after my time. When I was a kid, they're saying that apparently the 2003 thing exists. We've got Neil. Neil's our TMNT expert. Turtles just did not hit me at all. It just completely went over my head. Who were the Guardians? What is a Shredder? I know what Shredder is. Shredder is Shredder's the guy with the mask. 15 years later, the TCRI building came to scrutiny of those same mutated turtles. On a fateful day, a company truck lost a container of nudity in the sewers as 4 baby turtles also went down. So these are the guys. These are the guys that made the turtles. Yeah, these are the guys that dumped the toxic waste that made the turtles. Is that it? Entirely possible. I had no idea why, because I feel like I would have been in and surrounded by... Yeah, exactly. I am in the demographic for the turtles. And it just... completely over my head. I was too busy, I don't know, with Yu-Gi-Oh! and Kim Possible. Which says a lot about me, I think. Basically, the main constant crib note is the brain aliens use the TCRI building as a cover because the mutagen is part of their fuel. I see. So what is... This is their current logo. Sucks. Sorry, like, you gotta understand, I unfortunately grew up with the Michael Bay TMNT movies. Again, stop giving Michael Bay beloved children's properties. Like, stop giving Stephen Moffat beloved English properties. They're just gonna ruin them. So, we're doing TCRI, which is it an actual company? Do they do like actual science? Is it an actual research facility? Let's get some references. Research institutes. Show me some research institutes. Not from the University of Copenhagen. That's a weirdly specific one to bring up. Now that is almost a great logo. It's a huge cover operation. Okay, so it's just got to look legit. Denmark mentioned. Yeah, you'll notice a lot of my search results are from Denmark because my VPN is currently set to Denmark. Because my VPN is like basically permanently set to Denmark. So whenever I like Google something, it's like, here's where you could buy it in Copenhagen. I'm like, no, I'm not there. I'm not there. I mean, I'm definitely there. National Institutes have applied with that. There's something there, but it's not, you know, research company. Are research companies a thing? Okay, this is actually a good set of logos for us. You gotta have your preferred VPN location. And for me, it bounces between Denmark and the Netherlands. Just depending on where I'm at. Sometimes the Dutch servers go down. And I knew that there wasn't gonna be like shit cracking off in the, like, I knew I could like access my DMs on Blue Sky if I was in Denmark because I know that Bonky's there. Right. Here's our references. Here's what other people are doing in the space. So, you know what we gotta do? We gotta grade them. We gotta grade them. Let me just group these together so I can pull this off the. Gotta grade them. Right. Let me just make this and this the same size. This and this. It's gotta line up. It's gotta line up. Here's what other people are doing in the space. Somebody's been. Unfortunately, I have to be on LinkedIn every day, and I hate it. That's not LinkedIn speak. Please don't tell me that's LinkedIn speak. It's just the sector. Sector sounds worse. The space is vague and nebulous and non-committal. PPD. Let's do some grading. I hate LinkedIn. I hate the people on LinkedIn. They're so bad. Right, this PPD, this is fine. I kind of like that there is like direction. You can very much tell it's going this way. It's got speed to it. I'll give this a B. It's not doing anything special, but there is direction, there is leaning. It's kind of nice. AstraZeneca. These aren't the guys that gave me my COVID vaccination, so I'm not biased. I really like this AZ glyph. It looks like they've made it a bit gooey, and like they've made it like gooey and quite like natural looking, which for a biological research facility is quite good. The text is quite boring, however, I will give it an A-. The space feels a bit business, but I'm trying to avoid sounding like corporate because people hate it. Fair. Right. Are these two logos or one logo? Either way, it gets a D because they're not doing anything. LabCorp. This sounds like something from a kids show. Welcome to LabCorp. I think that AZ could look like gibberish to a lot of people. I mean, like the thick bits do very much look like an AZ. You know, you are the expert on being a business wanker. That's very true. The thick bits do say AZ, but even if you don't look at the shapes itself, it is a very unique and memorable and simple logo, which is what you want in a glyph. So these get a D because they're not doing anything. LabCorp. LabCorp. I really like the font they've used. Alright, gamers, the bastard must once again go. Have fun, don't die. You too, have fun, don't die. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's add a smaller circle for here. I like the concentric circles is boring. I had to sit through an ad break and then it froze and had to reload and put another ad. That sucks. LabCorp, I'm gonna give them a B-. It's I like the text, the glyphs a bit generic. Bristol Myers Squibb. Glyph is way too thin. Strands are already getting muddy. Text is also kind of stuffy and boring. C-. Banner Health, the all-American research facility. Bristol Myers Squibb is a hell of a name. Again, thin lines, but less of them, so you do know what you're looking at. Text is still boring. What did I give that? I gave that a C-. This can have a C. Alcanza, clinical research for all. This is the most generic ass. This looks like Wix template bullshit. It's bad. It's bad. D. Syneos Health. The infinity symbol is really the times part of the joke is TCRI is the over the top trying to not look dodgy. And what's wild is these companies seem to do. They do kind of look like they're trying not to be evil. Fucking Bristol Myers Squibb, that's a front for an evil corporation. The infinity logo, it's trite, it's cliche, but I don't hate it, especially when the company begins with an S. I quite like the orange, it's warm, it's unusual, but I can't give it. It is giving business solutions, which is a people will put business solutions at the end of their company name, and I'm like, what is it that you do? What is it that you do? Because that doesn't mean anything. Business solutions. I solve problems in business with what exactly? I can't give this higher than a C because it's really generic. This is the old Eventbrite logo. Again, it's got this dynamicism to it. It's also got this it's got this shape and then this shape. It's got some nice mirroring to it. But this is the old Eventbrite logo. The new Eventbrite logo is the Envato Elements logo. I quite like this. I'm going to give this a B+. New Eventbrite looks like the Wattpad logo. No. The new Eventbrite. Eventbrite and Envato Elements, I think it is. Envato Elements it's the same fucking logo. You've got Eventbrite over here, which is just show me the image, please. I just want the image. It's the same fucking logo. Give me the Eventbrite logo. Eventbrite logo. When did Envato change the Envato changed the logo a little bit ago? But yeah, look at this. Same shit, just upside down. It's just they've done a flippity dippity. The font's even the fucking same. Same shit. B+ for Eligo. The Mayo Clinic. It's a shield. It's unique, but I don't like the variable line width. It's doing nothing for it. The interlinking is quite good. I give it a C+. I'll give it a C+ that you can actually read. Baylor Scott & White. Again, this is really generic. What did I give the other generic one? A D. This one also gets a D. That's just the word Yale. That is the most average that you can get. C-. IQVIA, IQVIA, IQVIA. Kaboom! Lotus Center, thank you for the raid. Welcome. How are you all doing? We are in theory making a Lou logo for the Techno Cosmic Research Institute, but at the minute we are grading other research institute logos. This is a bit of a weird stream. Welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, they're doing very important research about mayonnaise. Sometimes you can put garlic in it and it's very good. Sometimes you put sriracha in it and it's very good. Sometimes you can call it aioli and people will think you're fancy. I have no strong feelings about this. This is okay. Scroll back to what Neil said earlier. Some of these companies look like they are fronts for evil corporations. Tell me this isn't like the antagonist from an Oddworld game. Jesus, this is evil corporation from like Oddworld or Alien or something. I'm tempted to give it a fucking A because it's failed because it's supposed to be a biological medical research, and it looks evil. Yeah, F, evil. I'm gonna give it an E for evil. It does look like a delicious lime and cream sweet. You are true, it does look like a delicious sweet. Speaking of delicious sweets, this also looks kind of tasty. New Summers. Isn't that just the old SummerSlam logo? SummerSlam logo. Isn't that just an old SummerSlam logo? Hit me with the Logopedia. The one good fandom wiki, Logopedia. Where is it? There! Look at it! Look! There it is! It's just the SummerSlam logo! TKO Corporate presents WWE. Exactly. This, I really hate the font. C-. Bonus points for this fucking Windows 98 thing over here. Now, this is something. This might be the best one we've seen so far, but it's still only a B+. This is cute. This is actually quite cute. I like that they've gone with childlike shapes and a handprint. Icon's icon. Yeah, it's simple. It's good. I actually, I'm gonna give Icon an A actually, because it's better than AstraZeneca. It's better than AstraZeneca. This also gets an A because I really like balance. Like it is okay. This is one of my weird skills of pinpointing and picking out fonts. This is the font from the UI in the original Spyro the Dragon game. But it's childlike, and that's why they both used it. Yeah. It is the font from the UI in the original Spyro the Dragon. Which I have installed. I just couldn't tell you what it was called. Trial. Again, this looks evil. It's evil. It looks evil. And this thing that it's doing here is way too thin to be readable. It also looks too much like vitriol, because this could easily be read as an O. It's vitriol. Bad. D. Vitriol. The Emory Winship Cancer Institute. What did I give Yale? C-. So this gets a C- as well, because this thin, useless bollocks, way too small, and the rest of it is boring. The MD Anderson Cancer Center. That's actually like that. This bit is actually really clever. I quite like it. Having cancer as a typo for center and having it crossed out because they're trying to eliminate cancer. That's clever. It's cute. I like it. B+. BT. Minus points for being Texas. Yeah. Meridian Clinical Research. Why is there a fleur-de-lis? Purple fleur-de-lis. Is it Scouts or is it Saints Row? Purple fleur-de-lis will always make me think of Saints Row. Does also look very Scouts. C for Scouts. C for camping. Worldwide clinical trials. Boring. Dull. Boring. The first idea. They went with the first idea and it shows. C. I like purple, so I'm biased. Purple's a good color. Purple's a good color. It's both run by scouts and the crew. I see. Pra Health Sciences, Genese Middelnonderzoic. Union Jack. PRA buttholes. Union Jack if it was a butthole. This is what the UK's ChatGPT is gonna have the logo for. Boring. C-. Lots of C's. Aventive? Is that aventive or is it nentive? Nentive? Aventive? UK is butthole. Can't read it. D. Not sure what it says. D. It's Greendale. It's Greendale. Right, last stretch. Velocity Clinical, boring, 3 dots. Shit, F. CCT Research, boring, cliche, has a big C and another slightly smaller C. D. No, I'm gonna give it a C because it needs more C's. Tecton is a game of Tetris. Don't hate it, but it's really 90s, so it gets a B-. Illingworth Research Group, why is there a hand stealing a donut? What is this, The Simpsons movie? C+, because it's safe, but it's boring. Mount Sinai, this is actually really fun, really clever, really modern, but in one color, this bit is going to get a bit muddy. B+. And finally, this one, shit, outdated. Tiny fork. It's a hand stealing a donut. Med pace. I'm sort of speed running through because we've been streaming for 80 minutes and I've not even started designing yet because I got distracted for 45 minutes with fucking Time Getter. Med pace is fine. It's doing 2 things. Only do 1 thing, but I can't complain. B+. Random piece missing in Mount Sinai. You're so right. Why is there a random piece missing? Let me just fill that in for you. There we go. Much better. I fixed it. Which one's my favorite? Probably Phoenix Children's. Phoenix Children's is probably my fave because it's cute. You do not get to complain about things doing 2 things. No, but a logo should only be doing 1 thing. I can do 9 things, but I'm not a logo. A logo should do 1 thing well, not 3 things mediocrely. Phoenix Children's is probably my favorite. I like Icon. I like AstraZeneca. The rest of them can kind of get in the bin. Now, let's move this and let's delete all of this because we don't need any of this. And now let's. Yale makes me think of chocolate. It does kind of read like fancy dark chocolate, like a green and blacks. So if we're following the format of these ones, maybe go for the ones that do look like they're hiding an evil facility. Let's go in the realm of Synexus. Let's grab Synexus. That's one of our touch points. One of our focus points is going to be Synexus. And another one of our focus points is going to be Bristol Myers Squibb. Because they look the most evil, don't they? They just look the most evil. And maybe Mount Sinai as well. Not because it's evil, because it's good. So, let's grab a nice font. TCRI GURTLE power. Righto. It's gonna be really interesting to write the post about afterwards because I ain't got a fucking blues clue about Ninja Turtles. Right, we can go away. We've been stuck in the 1940s for a long time in these logos. We've been stuck in the 1940s for like three streams, I think. So let's leave the 1940s. Let's go for something really hyper modern. We're not making a butthole though. No buttholes. I don't think we can get away with just doing a butthole again. But it's got to be hyper modern, which means minimal and clean lines and, you know, the bullshit that'll get you venture capital investors and other such bollocks that I'd rather burn entirely down. Leave the butthole. We've done like tech companies. We've done tech companies. We've made buttholes for the tech companies. This is not a tech company. Fit is not a good fit. Got the Five Nights at Freddy's font. I saw somebody advertising their book, their first book, indie author, and they were using this font for the cover. Tragic. I won't name names. I won't put them on blast. But that's just like it wasn't. They didn't just download the Five Nights at Freddy's logo font, but like they clearly picked the same font and done the same kind of effecting on it. And I'm like, do I tell him? Or will nobody except me ever notice? And that's probably right. What's going to happen is nobody except me will ever notice, because I am brain poisoned with fonts, and other people are not brain poisoned with fonts unless they've spent too much time with me. Because I'm pretty sure Zach is brain poisoned with fonts now, and other people may also be catching the brain poison. No, nobody will notice. It's just a me thing. It's like there was a rush in like maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer, maybe like 15 years ago. Everyone was using a font called Bleeding Cowboys on their like YA apocalypse books, and they all looked the same, and it was absolutely shockingly bad. I say 15 years ago. It was when I was in fucking college, so that was a while ago. I love noticing fonts, but I'm not brain poisoned enough to see it everywhere. Hannah, spend more time with me, and you'll catch it. You'll catch it. You'll be able to look at a logo and go, "Hey, look, that's the font from the UI of the original Spyro the Dragon," but not the remakes. They changed it for the remakes. Reminding everyone that certain fast food chains have their own custom fonts, meaning there is McDonald's Sans. I've already caught the kerning. I'm not falling for that shit. Oh, I love making people catch the kerning. Yeah, there's a McDonald's Sans. It will probably not be called McDonald's Sans. They try and give it a name. So it might be called Ronald Sans or like Big Mac Sans or something. Because they like to give it a cute name. Like Google's was just called Product Sans, which is such a nothing. Now that is very sci-fi, but not exactly what we're going for. That would be great if we were making a fictional space company in a fictional thing. But we're very much in kayfabe in this stream, where we're pretending it's a real company. So we want something that looks like, again, we're going for the plausible deniability. One fast food chain in the US uses store name is Sonic Fast Food. There is Sonic Sans, the match made in hell. I guarantee there's probably a Product Sans is a font name. You know the guy who named it had a wank after. Oh yeah, you're so right. Now, none of these are tickling the right. None of these are. This one's called Wibble. How long have I had a font called Wibble? I know that font from somewhere. Oh, is that the font from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid covers? That might be the font from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid covers. If I'm thinking. Is that the font from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid covers? It might not be. It might be something else. It's that, or maybe the Tracy Beaker. Maybe Tracy Beaker. No. I recognize it from something. It's called Wibble. I love Wibble. Let's try something nice and easy. That is a good sort of. There are like go-to fonts where if you can't find a font, just whack in Montserrat and it'll be fine. Montserrat, that's how it's pronounced. I keep putting I put extra syllables into them. And then let's track it down. See, that is too thin. Maybe no, the C's the wrong shape. We need something taller. I'm convinced Eden will look at random stores and immediately notice the font it uses. Not to tell on myself, but I do that. I don't do it out loud because I knew if I did that out loud, everyone around me would hate me. More so than they already do. I do criticize businesses on their design choices sometimes. Like we went to a really fancy, that's a sexy font for completely the wrong purpose. We went to a really nice Japanese restaurant. And the first thing I noticed when I sat down is the picture on the menu is really low quality. That was the first thing I said when we sat down. But in my defense, you could see the fucking blocks on it. And the amount they were charging for a dish, they could afford to get a fucking designer. Yeah, it's real like 5th generation JPEG that you sent over Facebook Messenger twice. And just thought that you could print. Like, that's not how any of this works. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Give me a nice sans serif. A nice, sexy, modern sans serif that's tall and thin. Now that's got... That R has a nice little swash to it. But it's not right. I might see, I want something round. Round is the ooh. I'm not looking for a thick font. I'm looking for a slender font. A slendery font. And I think I found it. I think Arteria Standard Condensed Compressed. Give me a nice compressed font. Give me a minute to wait for the fonts to download. Instagram knows I'm a designer. And it will just feed me like reels of this like other designer, and he's like, this is what it's like living with a designer, and it's just him like walking around his town going, hey, fun fact, you know that font over there? That's Montserrat. And it's just like videos of him doing that, and the person I assume his partner taking the videos, getting less and less amused. and I'm like, is that what living with me is like? Don't answer that. I try and not be that guy. So that is far too long of a name to put on one line. So let's shots. Look, there's no such thing as an unfamiliar font. I know all of the fonts. I know them all. I am like Ash Ketchum. I've caught them all. That says Techo. That's a Neopet. Get out of here. That says Tencho. That's a game. Get out of here. We're gonna lean into Technocosmic. Technocosmic. If we're in charge of this rebrand. I'm in charge of this rebrand, right? So we are doubling down on Technocosmic being the name of the company. Research Institute is what they do. It's a little bit Metal Gear. It is a little bit Metal Gear. You're not wrong. So let's... me lights off. And it got dark. All of a sudden. How dare it do that? So let's... again, because we're in control, because this is a hypothetical situation in which I am in charge, I have decided that no longer are they the Technocosmic Research Institute, they are Technocosmic, the Research Institute. And I really like this font. This is a good font. It needs a glyph. It needs something to pull it apart. Again, with all of this stuff, it needs something. Also, Technocosmic is such a, I'm gonna be honest, a terrible name. I probably, like, if I was 100% in control, I'll probably just go with calling it the TC Research Institute. And it would just be TC. Technocosmic is a way better name. It's not as jumbled and it's easy to pronounce. Yeah, like I would probably just go with TC Research. TC Research. But Technocosmic is good. It's better. Now they are. They mentioned. Let me go back to the wiki. This is the wrong wiki. This is SummerSlam. So, large, mysterious, and imposing is not useful to me. Give me what they actually do. I don't want locations. Technocosmic Slam. Yes. Let's make it let's just make everything a wrestling show. I don't actually know what it is they do, or what it is they purport to do, because obviously what they do is nothing, because they're a front. But what is it? Is this an episode? This is an episode. I don't want... What is it that they purport to do? Techno Global. Not better. Terrestrial Scientific Research Company. Interesting. All that means is what? Earth science? Earth science? The reason it's CCRI is the original artwork. They did not have the origins fully locked down. Just a canister with the origins with the letters CCRI, and some people read that as TGRI. I see. Now we could do something with, if we're going for cosmic, if we're doubling down on the word cosmic, we could if I keep saying we could, then I don't, then I never finish my sentence. Do like a maybe like a galaxy shape or something. I was thinking we could, like, I thought maybe we could like we could go for like a space thing and then do moon and star. And I realized that's just the flag of Turkey. We can't just do the flag of Turkey. Oh, a 3-pointed star. How playful. How sexy. I mean, we could just make its logo the flag of Turkey, but I don't think they would enjoy that. If you don't know the joke in the Ojo Swords and Ninja Turtles, they're mutate. Yeah, I had heard of that. They are like canonically the same mutation that caused Daredevil caused the Turtles, which is insane. You got to be careful with stars, because a lot of different things use a lot of different very specific stars, and I don't want to be aping any of them. Is that anything? Is that nothing? Oh, that's definitely nothing. Give me a fatter star, please. Not like a Kirby-ass star, but no, that's nothing. That's nothing. Just notice your logo bit is very similar to Technodrome. Technodrome. I know that's a turtle thing. Timintopedia, give me the Technodrome. Did the TCRI make the Technodrome? Did they make the Technodrome? Why is Krang spelled differently? Is it two guys? Is it two different guys? Are Krang and Krang are two different guys? Krang and Krang? Put a star on top of the eye. That is cliche, but I don't hate it. Krang and Krang are two guys? Really? But this one says Krang or Krang. Often affiliated with Shredder, to a degree. They're so vague. That's horrifying. That's terrible. This is bad. This is a horrifying face. I'm just going to linger on it for a little bit longer so you all can take in how horrifying this is. Super Shredder, aka Kevin Nash, exactly. So we could pull some Technodrome stuff. How looks that? Big ball with tank tracks is so bad. Big ball with tank tracks is so goofy. We could go we could make it big ball with tank tracks, the logo. Big ball with tank tracks. No, we shan't be doing that. Cookie. Planet. They came from Brazil, apparently. Big ball, BB dub TT. Big ball with tank tracks. Let's cut this. And let's... No, that's too rounded. Looks like a smiley face now. Again, okay. Infinity is very cliche. But I don't hate this. The current comics run has Krang as a general who got stuck on Earth, bent on galactic conquest and building the Technodrome. The 2012 cartoon, it's a huge spaceship. Yes, the 2012 cartoon had it with as like this thing, which is just the most 2012 TV show CGI thing. This is gorgeous. Like, look at it. Oh, wow, molto bene. It's so simple. It's two crescent moons. Two crescent moons that almost form an infinity. And a really fat S if you look on the inside. Job done. GG stream. We caught up. Because like we could try and put some hats on hats here, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it's 141.8. I think is. We could try and put some hats on hats, but I ain't. The negative space does make it look like a silly S, even more so if we give it little dimples on the smile. Now it looks even sillier. I do kind of want to get a star in there, but I don't know if that is because they're a space kind of guy. Describing a corporation as a kind of guy. Fuck off, tutorial. Techno silliness, exactly. Could we make one of these planets a shooting star? Is that anything? I don't think that's anything. That song is saying Brazil. That's why earlier I said it comes from Brazil, because that's what the song said. Brazil! Just reminds me of that episode of Bob's Burgers with the capoeira guy. Brazil! Hoo-ha! Brazil! You guys have seen Bob's Burgers. You're a intelligent bunch. It really does look like an S if you roll it. Every time I think of Brazil, my brain immediately goes to bootleg video games from the late 90s. That's very specific. It's also really easy to like pattern up. I know it's not really anything, but just as like an abstract symbol, I think it's really nice. Eddie Gordo from Tekken's a good shout. That's where my brain I think would go. Or again, no, my brain now just goes to Gyro from Bob's Burgers, the capoeira guy that goes Brazil. Which if you've not seen Bob's Burgers, go watch Bob's Burgers. It's the best. It's the best show. Bob gets beaten up by a Brazilian man that goes Brazil while he does capoeira and he's got sexy hair. That's the show. Well, that's the episode. I need to find the midpoint. When it comes where I come from, there's some capoeira, but that's capoeira is legit really cool. And again, Eddie Gordo, proper capoeira, proper cool capoeira guy. So according to my measurements, this should be down here, which doesn't feel right at all. Like, that looks a bit... I don't like that. I'm going to make this as big as the Words Research Institute. Are these grouped? These should be grouped. And then we can... Brazil! In my head now. It's just very funny that he uses his country of origin as a bark, you know? It's safe, it's boring, but it does the job. I think we've actually smashed this. Saving. Streaming. Wheel. TCR. I need to go turn my light on. Give me a second. And I need to hydrate. Thank you, Bonky. I'll give you safe and boring is yeah, the point. We'll jazz it up with some colour in a sec. Once I've turned my light on. Ooh, Brazil. That's stuck in my head all day. Thanks, chill hop song about Brazil. God damn it. And now I can steam my bloody keys again. Ow. And kick me coffee table. Brazil. You couldn't do that with many other countries, I don't think. England. Nah, makes you sound like a racist. Hong Kong. Hong Kong kind of cuts it. Sweden. Nah. Doesn't hit the same as Brazil. Democratic Republic of the Congo. No, not even close. Colors. Let's do some coloring. Let's do some coloring in. Brazil it just has nice mouthfeel. So in this image that we've taken, it's yellows, oranges, it's golds. But I think a company called Techno Cosmic should go with cosmic colors, which are, to me, dark blues and purples. You know? Like, to me, you're not text, you're text. To me, Techno Cosmic is dark blues, it's purples, it's, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's harmonize. We go one here, we go one here. Dark reds is not a bad shout either. The Ultroms and or Krang are purples and pinks. Should we go for Krang pink? Krang, not to be confused with Krang, which, as we all know, are different guys. Krang is the supreme ruler of the Krang. This children's cartoon is very silly. Yeah, Krang is like goop color. It's like goop. Goopy. Very goopy. Oh, I don't like the Archie or the Fleetway ones. That looks like a beholder that's about to roofie you. I like when he's a phone. He's nice. He's nice when he's a phone. I think I like phone Krang. I like the eye Krang. I think that's nice. What the dick is this? I don't think I have seen Michael Bay Krang. Don't tell me that's Michael Bay Krang. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's even horrible when it's big. Oh, it's so bad. I also like when he's a Tommy. I like him when he's a Tommy. I don't know what the name of the boy that he pilots is. I don't know if that boy has a name, but I like when he's a Tommy. I forgot Krang was in Injustice 2. But yeah, the turtles are in that, aren't they? This looks like a piece of art by Edmund Macmillan. Which tracks, because Krang is a gross lump of flesh, like a lot of things in The Binding of Isaac. Okay. I don't like... So I said I like when he's a Tommy, but I don't like when there's not a frame. Gilbert Gottfried, of course Gilbert Gottfried was Krang. Like this time, there's no frame, so he is the joint. Don't like that. Too goopy. I like when he's a Tommy and there's like a big title belt around his waist. Like he is the world championship. That's good Krang. That's good Krangin. That's good Krangin. This over here, this is bad Krangin. No title belt. You gotta have your title belt or you're bad Krangin. This, you've got the whole title harness. It'll get a little bit sexy with it. Love that. Doesn't have a neck. The boy doesn't have a neck. Other than that, this is kind of peak. Looks a little bit like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's got the title belt, but it's a little bit too organic. That's just a pile of spaghetti. That's just a pile of spaghetti. There we go. We got the Tommy. We got the Tommy with the title belt. This is peak Krang. And I like, my favorite was when he is the phone. I like when he's a phone. Anyway, and then there's the worst Krang. Looks like a character from a bad Crash Bandicoot game. Like all he needs is a letter on his forehead, and he's the new Ned Cortex. So yeah, if we go for pinks and purples, like a Krang. such goofy things. But yeah, Ned. You know, Ned Cortex, yeah. Ned Cortex. Yeah, see? No, his name's Neo. His name isn't really Ned, but in the old games, when it would show his name, the O and the O did look like a D, so it looked like Ned Cortex. His name is Neo. See, what does the N on his head stand for? Wrong answers only. Ned. Ned Cortex. Why are we talking about that villain from Crash Bandicoot? Because, look, Girth, we've got a long way. We were talking about Krang. I knew his name was Neo. I know what a Neo Cortex is. Because he's a brain. It's a brain joke. Let's make it like proper gooey pink then. If we're gonna lean into the Krangness of it all, then let's make it a proper gooey pink. And if we can get gooey pink that like will like roll into a nice purple. Oh, Ooh, that I don't hate that. I don't hate that. This text is the wrong color. This text should be this color. Jack Kirby cameoed in TMNT comic. So the pinks and purples leans into the Jack Kirby art that inspired Tales of Space. See, I'm so clever that I don't even realize that I'm making all these deep references. I am in fact a logo genius, and everyone should commit. No, I don't like the dots. I am in fact a logo genius, and everyone should commission me. Mayhap a touch darker on this one, or both of them perhaps. Both of them mayhap a touch darker. Ooh, that one gets a little bit muddy when you go darker with it. But that's nice. Here's a Neo Cortex question. Is the N on his head just part of his body? Well, his daughter, Nina Cortex, has a lowercase n on her head. So I think it is just a part of their body. But I think in maybe in one of the games you saw a flashback without, like, before he got end. What, back when he was just Ned? I am a logo genius as the professional logo designer. Look. Sometimes you've got to realize that you're good at what you do. And I happen to realize I'm good at what I do in front of a crowd of 10 or so people. Is he a hologram like Rimmer? No. Rimmer has a H on his head because he's a hologram. Neo Cortex has an N on his head because he's not a hologram. That's what the N stands for, not a hologram. And everyone that doesn't have a H or an N on their head is in a quantum state of could be a hologram. Except the people that have C's on their heads, which are could be a hologram. I have just gotten some notifications on Discord about people that have joined the Kickflips the Translives server, and it's very exciting. Haha. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you who it is, but it's very exciting. We're gonna have some really cool people on that stream. Right. This needs some blacks in it, because we've got a nice palette of this and this, but it needs neutrals and it needs darks. So let's get a nice. Oh, that's a nice. Sometimes the color scheme tool just does the work for you, and I love that. Right, the light one. I don't love that as much, but it'll get the job done, I suppose. So how will that look with all of our... Got it in the light color. That looks quite nice. I quite like that. As you notice, the logo has become less saturated. It's gotten a bit darker, so it's easier on the eyes. Let's shrink this down. And let's bump these over here. Let's pull the shape over. Let's just make the shape the same size. And just eyeball it. Just fucking eyeball it. It'll be fine. Boom! There's your sideways one. Let's go for your light one. And your dark one. They both look really sexy. Love those. They are incredible. If I do say so myself, which I do. Going back to that thing earlier about me, the professional logo designer, having to say it out loud. Sometimes you just have to reaffirm that you are good at what you do. You dig? It's called imposter syndrome. Look it up, Sway. And we do imposter syndrome properly around here. I'm really happy with that. I'm well jazzed with how that's come out. Oh, I didn't beat the ad. Shrink this all the way down this way. Pull it down. I do hate the ads, however. It's kind of just the cost of doing business at this point. Either you see the ad when you get in, or we do the ad rolls. And the general consensus is people don't like pre-rolls before they watch. I hate the pre-rolls before I watch, so we do the hourly ads, which again sucks, but it is what it is. I tend to fix my imposter syndrome by interacting with other people in the street. Fair. Is this stream to big yourself? So of course this is a stream to big yourself, though. Like this, if you've done something cool and artistic, then fucking yell about it in this stream. Tell me all the cool shit you do. I'm just here making a fucking logo for the Turtles. And y'all somehow find that compelling enough to watch. So tell me all the cool shit you do. Look at that. Oh, thing of beauty, that. Absolute thing of beauty. I'm well jazzed with that. I'm absolutely jazzed. In that case, I am a genius of music production. You are a genius of music production. I have heard things you have made. They are great. I'm just gonna try something. I just wanna. This might be putting a hat on a hat. I am prone to hat on hat. But I want to try something. And that is... What if we did some funky, like, negative space stuff with the shape? So, let's dance. Let's make this nice and big. And then shrink it back down to that size and then 2/3. Working in thirds is just super easy. And then, what if... No, that's... I think I was right to not do this, but yeah, don't like it. I thought you were making a top-down Ultron. No. It's always nice. It's always good to experiment. Always good to to see what's what. You know, I'm dead happy with that. This has come out. For saying we spent the entire first hour of the stream. Basically, the entire first hour of the stream was spent playing internet games. I'm dead happy with that. This has come out. Do we need to lighten that light? I'll stick it there. Looks like Infinity, Crescent Moon's Galaxy. Yeah, it's very. It fulfills the brief. I'm dead pleased with that. That's banging that. Techno Cosmic Research Institute. Smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. If you have a scientific research institute that's actually just a cover operation, you know where to get your logo from. Thank you very much. Let's go back to regular mode for the ending. Save alert, saving, hitting save. I hit save. Don't worry. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me, giving me help, giving me tips. I will be back on saving. Saving and exporting. Don't you worry. I will be back on Saturday. I believe it is a Wrestling is Silly Saturday. So I'll be back on Saturday for some Wrestling is Silly. If you've not seen Wrestling is Silly before, you know you want to check out Wrestling is Silly. It's a big, goofy wrestling show. What more do you want? Wisp Bliss, exactly. We've got some huge matches lined up. We've got title matches. We've got tag matches. We've got Spampton Bojack title match on the line. It's all go. It's go. That's on Saturday. Then back on Monday we are closing in on the end of Pirate Yakuza, and I've got a couple games that I want to launch into after that. I think we're going to start Tunic after Pirate Yakuza, or maybe if we want to go a bit ridiculous with it, I've also got Cruelty Squad, which is an absolute eyesore of a game, but in a really fun way. So maybe we'll do Cruelty Squad after, but that's after Pirate Yakuza, which will be Mondays, and of course Wednesdays is always time for a little bit of art. So, speaking of art, do we have anybody streaming that is also doing art that we can go and say hello to? Because I think we should continue the arting, or okay. We've got a couple of people making art. We've got Donny Comics. We've got Berry Bray. We've got Surfing Girth popped in earlier. We're going to say hello to Surfing Girth. Sammy Louise 94's birthday stream. Ooh, a birthday stream. I do enjoy a birthday stream. Sammy Louise 94, not a name I am familiar with. At least I say that. I have typed them into the search. If it's a birthday stream, we'll go say hello. Because it's that or we go say hello to Surf and Girth, but I think we're gonna go for birthday stream. Let's go for birthday stream. Oh, it's an affiliate anniversary stream. Oh, it's an affiliate and birthday. So many cool things. Right, that's smashed. That's decided that then. 2 whole things. Righto. Sammy Louise 94. Doing a little bit of golf avec friends. Go and say hello. There's your raid message. Join our Stoked or our Discord if you're less cool. Nerdy, and once again, nerdyqueer.com for all of your gay pin goodies. Go grab some shit from nerdyqueer.com. Keep Zach in a job. And yeah, booking here, book afar, wherever the book you are. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, love you, bye.